the Superhumanistic podcast where we talk about all things health, wellness, and longevity. Thank you for joining us today. We are your hosts. I'm David.
I'm Jessica.
Make sure that you hit that follow button on this podcast so you never miss another episode. We put out one episode a week on Saturdays. Don't forget to share this podcast with someone that you love so they can live a longer, healthier, happier life as well. Last week, we talked about how to boost your IQ. So really it comes down to, it's not about the apps. It's not about those brain boosting supplements. That's all really hype. It's really exercise that boosts your IQ. So if you want to learn more about how you can boost your IQ by about 4 points, go back and listen to last week's episode. So this week we're going to be getting into anti-aging, as that is one of the pillars of this podcast.
Yeah, today we're talking about something that sounds super scientific. Even I was like, wait a minute, isn't that like a cell in a plant? Like, I'm confused. But it sounds super scientific, but actually it affects every single person listening today.
Aging.
More specifically, how to slow it down. We all want to be younger, right? We feel younger, but then sometimes we don't actually look younger. So we're slowing it down at the cellular level.
All right, well, let's jump into mitochondria. So what are mitochondria? We're going to break it down for you. You probably remember this from high school biology, but these are the powerhouses of the cell.
They're responsible for producing energy that our body uses for literally everything. Movement, thinking, recovery.
But here's the problem.
As we age, our mitochondria starts to break down.
So according to a lot of researchers out there, mitochondria take a lot of wear and tear over time.
Yeah, and as that's happening, as they're declining, our energy also then declines.
That can lead to fatigue, slower recovery, and even diseases associated with aging, such as Alzheimer's and those type of things.
Yeah. So why does mitochondria matter for aging? Some scientists now believe that mitochondrial dysfunction is a major driver of aging itself.
Yeah, those are major conditions I touched on: the Alzheimer's disease, cancer, also general cognitive decline, or even just that chronic fatigue that people start to experience as they age.
Yeah, so instead of like looking at how can we treat those symptoms, the real question becomes,
how do we keep up our mitochondria health? We got to keep them healthy. That's what it's all about there when it comes to this cellular level.
Right.
So really the activity that rebuilds mitochondria is a breakthrough.
So the breakthrough in this is that experts are now saying one of the most effective ways to improve our mitochondrial health
is exercise. But it's very specific to that really intense, challenging exercise. So this isn't going to be your brisk walk around the neighborhood.
Right. We're talking about things like having a HIIT workout. So those other workouts and physical movement are equally important. I don't want to say not to do those things either. We need those days of recovery throughout the week too. But adding these in maybe once or twice, if you're working out for 4 days out of the week, or one time if it's just you're starting out, like aim for one time a week at least for this sort of workout. So high intensity interval training, those HIIT workouts, strength training, and then sprints.
Yeah, good point. Definitely don't want to discount walking or anything like that. It's great, just not specifically for what we're talking about today. It doesn't have that much of an impact on that. So when you push your body really hard, you actually trigger something called the mitochondrial biogenesis.
Yeah, this is your body creating those new mitochondria.
So yeah, you're not just maintaining your energy systems.
We're upgrading them.
And we'll jump in now to why those hard workouts slow down aging. So let's break down why this matters.
Yeah, so when we are training intensely, our cells become more efficient at producing energy. We're reducing oxidative stress over time, and then our body becomes more resilient.
Basically, you're reversing some of the decline that normally comes with aging.
That's huge, right? We all want to know what's the secrets to anti-aging.
Because most people think aging is inevitable.
Oh, well, yes, true. Science is showing, though, that it's at least partially modifiable.
All right, next we will jump into the lifestyle connection. Now, this is where it all connects with what we've talked about in previous episodes.
So exercise helps you. It helps us not only with our physical, but it helps us to look better, feel better, and think better.
And now we're seeing that it helps you age better too. So like George Clooney.
It's not just about aesthetics anymore.
It's about longevity, which is what we talk about all the time on this podcast.
Yes.
So we'll jump into that superhumanistic takeaway next.
Yep. If there's one message from this episode, it's this.
Discomfort is where growth happens, even at the cellular level. There's other podcasts out there that talk about how that happens at the mental level as well, but that's always going to happen. Discomfort is where that growth happens.
Yeah, avoiding hard things doesn't just make us weaker mentally.
It literally accelerates aging physically, and we're all trying to avoid that. Nobody wants to look older.
But when you lean into challenge,
you're building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself from the inside out. So if you want more energy, better performance, and a longer, healthier life,
don't just move, challenge yourself.
Yeah, you're going to have to lift heavier, run faster, and push harder when it comes to this one.
Because the foundation of youth
might actually be in your next workout if it's intense enough, according to this.
Right.
So, all right, well, that's what we had for you on today's episode of Superhumanistic. Again, make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss another episode. And if you found value in this episode or any previous episodes, please share it with someone that you love so that they can get some benefits from it as well. Go out there and be more superhumanistic. We'll see you next time.
Bye.